we got Scott first, then we got Chili Bandit, and then we got whoever else is in here. Perfect. Capo. Okay, perfect. Capo's next. You were right. You were literally right next. You know what I'm saying? But we're going to jump over to Scott real quick. Like I said, a promise is a promise. Scott says you can't really see right now. Damn. Scott says he made this song on his iPad with Logic Pro from scratch. Did you make the beat and everything too? Mixed and mastered myself. Haven't been singing long, so need critical honest feedback. I want to get better. So he made the beat, he made everything, and he said he hasn't been doing it for long. So off rip, that gives... Oh shit, bro, what the see, y'all not gonna tell me my camera's all the way over here, bro? Y'all not gonna tell me that y'all looking at a whole lot of nothing, bro? Y'all not gonna sit in the chat and be like, hey, bro, move your cam, move your... Like, y'all... Damn, bro. I see how it is, chat. I see how it is, chat. I feel it. Alright, Scott, let's check it out.
I'm so alone, the moon and the sun know me, but they can't decide which one of them will own me. I'm an addict of a long night, but never find a party light. Baby, believe me, it's out of my control. I just can't overhold my soul. Want your love in the astral light.
This is actually pretty impressive in terms of like the beat. Like, I did not expect you to go like this route, and so I'm pleasantly surprised.
Feels the same. Everything has changed. You were all I wanted. A caution cost a haunted. So I averted my heart for you. Your soul has warned me of the truth. You want my soul for all of time, but I want eternal life. I'm so alone, the moon and the sun know me, but they can't decide which one of them will own me. I'm an addict of a long night, but never find a party light. Baby, believe me, it's out of my control. I just can't overhold my soul. Want your love in the astral light. Want your love through space and time. The flame's been gone for a long time. What you wanted is a parasite. These eyes are divine, girl. Don't cry while I die, girl. I wanna leave all I can. An angel cries when he's falling. An angel cries.
Interesting, Scott. This sounds like a woman's voice, but your name is Scott. So do you just have like a crazy high register, or did you work with a different artist, or like, what am I catching that I'm missing? Prince inspired. Oh, so this is you still. That's a very impressive range. That is a very impressive. Whoa. I could have sworn you had titties. I probably could have said that differently, but you know what I'm saying? Like, I could have sworn. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's crazy, bro.
when he's locked in a human body confinement. I'm so alone, the moon and the sun know me, but they can't decide which one of them will own me. I'm an addict of a long night, but never find a party light. Baby, believe me, it's out of my control. I just can't overhold
So I'm gonna give my opinion. Please take everything I say with a grain of salt because art is subjective. So people might interpret things differently, people might hear things differently, so on and so forth. That being said, not saying that this is bad at all. I just wanted to break it down because you did say that you wanted to get better. You said you wanted constructive criticism, so I am going the constructive route. Now let's first start with what I enjoyed and what I think you did really well, right? I really enjoyed the beat. I think that the beat was fantastic. I think that there's not too much more you could have done in terms of making the beat better. This sounds like some shit that I could hear like The Weeknd on, Tory Lanez on, Michael Jackson on, Bruno Mars on. Like this just sounds like it's what it needed to be. And for you to say you started pretty recently, you got the you made this on your iPad. Like there's a lot of impressive stuff going on here. Not only that, it's like you really understand this period and you really understand this sound. That's something that a lot of producers or people who make beats, they're not really good at and they don't understand. You know what I'm saying? When you're making a beat, especially when you're making a time period beat or you're making a specific sound, like you're trying to make a specific time period, a specific region, a specific culture, etc., you gotta understand the instrumentation, you gotta understand the culture, you gotta understand the music, right? And it's like you're not using like, you know, like the drums sound electronic, which is good. Like that's the kind of drums they used in this kind of this is the kind of drums they use in this kind of music, right? Like if you had like some type of like hip hop like acoustic sounding drums, it wouldn't give you the same vibe, you know? Even the pianos and the and like all the instruments that you used sound very retro, sound very 80s, sound very, you know, in like in par with like what you're aiming for. So I really like that. What I will say though on the constructive side is the vocals. I feel like there's work that can be done there in terms of the mixing side. But again, I'm understanding that you're new, so I'm not knocking you for it. I'm just saying that like mixing does a lot for your vocals. So you could either look into getting some help, like sending your songs to somebody else who can mix it, or look into just like what you can do to take your mixes to the next level. Again, I'm not saying that this is bad, but I'm saying once you understand mixing, even the basics, it would take this song to the absolute next level. You know what I'm saying? So that's the second thing. And then lastly, I think it's a lot in the way you performed it, and I think that kind of goes also in the mixing. Like the confusion of like me thinking it was a woman at some point, that's not a bad thing, but it kind of caught me off guard because like there's like a deeper voice and then there's a higher voice and then there's like another voice. Like there's three different things going on here, and which is not a bad thing. But again, when you get more consistent with your mixing and you know what you're gonna sound like before you even do it, then you can kind of like prepare yourself better. So for example, I'm the type of artist who like I would mix my stuff myself from my house. I record at my house, I mix at my house, all that shit. So that being said, I got to the point where I'm so good at this shit that I know what it will sound like mixed before I even record it. So I know that like in order to make it sound like this, I need to sing like this. Does that make sense? Whereas like sometimes I'll have a vision, but then I won't perform it right, and then by the time I sit down and start mixing and everything else, I just can't redeem it because it doesn't sound the way that I want it to. You know what I'm saying? So for example, let's use autotune for example, right? If you wanted to sing on a song and you wanted to use autotune, I hope you're familiar with hip hop because I'm gonna use a hip hop example. If you wanted to use autotune and you wanted to have like more of like a Travis Scott sound, you'd have to sing in a more Travis Scott way. If you're using the same autotune and you wanted to achieve a T-Pain kind of sound or a Lil Wayne type of sound, that's different. Not in the way you, obviously the way you mix it is different, but it all starts with the way you sing it. Travis Scott has a lot more bass in his voice and his auto-tune is a lot more controlled. You don't hear his auto-tune going go, you know, robotic, right? Because Travis Scott has more of like a style and he knows where he wants to, how he wants to perform and how he wants to rock his voice. So before he even sends it to the engineer, he knows which notes, he knows I'm going to sing deep here, he knows how he's going to do this, that, and the third. Whereas T-Pain or Lil Wayne, they have a little bit more of like a loose style. You know what I'm saying? So that was a very big yap session. But all that to say, if you know kind of where you want to go, it'll make the journey a lot easier. Damn, bars. But that being said, man, keep going, keep pushing. I really enjoyed what you got. You know what I'm saying? It was a pleasant surprise. But yeah, shout out to you, man. Keep doing what you're doing. And we're going to go ahead now to Capo. Yeah, no problem, brother. I'm really glad you came in here. I'm really glad you shared your music. It takes a lot of balls. It takes a lot of courage to you know, put up your music in front of somebody that you don't know, not knowing whether they're going to like it, whether they're going to hate it, whether they're going to whatever. So I appreciate you for not only having the courage to send your music, but for choosing me to send it to and choosing this platform to send it to. And so yeah, man, I just want to give you the utmost respect and utmost appreciation for that. Like, I don't take it for granted that you chose to, you know what I'm saying, come here and help me entertain my people in my community. So shout out to you for doing that for us, man. I really appreciate it.
Alright, yeah. I'm getting gritty on these niggas. I'm getting gritty on these bitches. Here we go, now they talking again. Yeah. I'm getting gritty on these niggas. I'm getting gritty on these bitches. Here we go, now they talking again. Yeah. I'm getting gritty on these niggas. I'm getting gritty on these bitches.